Well, hi everyone, it's Ian here, and welcome to Thought for the Day. I love asking people questions. I find I learn a lot about people by asking them questions. And one of the questions I've been asking a lot of people recently is this: apart from meeting up with family and friends without any restrictions, what are you really looking forward to when life gets back to what we used to call normal? And of course, the answer from a lot of Christian friends goes something like this: what I'm really looking forward to is being able to meet together to worship God. Great. So that leads me on to other questions. What do you mean by worshipping God? How do you know when you really are worshipping? And some people may say, well, I know when I'm really worshipping. It's when my favourite song is on. I go to church, my favourite song is on. That's when I know I'm really worshipping. Or maybe you feel you're really worshipping when you've got your hands in the air and your eyes closed and maybe swaying gently backwards and forwards. Is that when you're really worshipping? Or for some people, is it when you can't hear yourself think because the music's so loud? Or maybe you're a kind of different personality and you feel you're really worshipping when you can only hear yourself think. Maybe it's when you feel just that spiritual things make sense and like God is close. How do you know when you're really worshipping? And St. Paul gives us a great answer to this question in his epic book, the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 1. I urge you, brothers and sisters, he says, I urge you, in view of God's grace, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice. This is your true and proper worship. There you go. Real worship involves sacrifice. And a sacrifice is giving something costly back to God in response to his grace. I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's grace, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice. Where did you get your body from? God gave it to you. You're giving back to God what he's given you in the first place. When we worship, we give to God the best of our creativity. We try and be as creative as we can. But it's God who gave us creativity in the first place. When we worship, we give God time, which is one of the most expensive things in our culture today, isn't it? To give time. Do you know what? God has already given us all the time we've got anyway. We're only giving back to him what he's already given us. So, just one more question. Why? Why would God want us to give back something that's his already? And I think one of the reasons is this. It's because it shows that we trust him. We understand that he gave it in the first place. See, if we think it all belongs to us, we might think that giving something back to God was something really costly, painful even. But actually, it's all his in the first place, and he gave it to us. We can give back to God money because we trust him, and that's why he asks us to do it. The sacrifice that God is looking for is simply to live for him, to offer your bodies. What Paul is really saying is, your body is like the whole of your life. It's all that you are, everything you do with yourself. Paul says, I want you to take that and offer it to God. Totally. Many of you know that I absolutely love the Message version of the Bible. If you haven't got a copy of the Message, my strong advice is get one. Maybe a present from a friend, or even treat yourself to a copy. Just get one. And this is how the writer of the Message translates Paul's verse, Romans chapter 12, verse 1. How do you know when you're really worshipping? Here it is. So here's what I want you to do, God helping you. take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. I hope you have a great day. My prayer for all of us is this, that we will all enjoy this truth, that our everyday life can be a beautiful act of worship to God, giving something costly back to God. Bye for now.